opinions expressed by callers, guests, and hosts do not necessarily reflect those of the Black Talk Radio Network and Black Talk Media Project. Black Talk Radio is new black media for the new millennium.
Dinar would have had serious consequences for the world financial system, but may also have empowered the people of Africa, something black activists say the US wants to avoid at all costs.
We're slicing cake. We're slicing cake. We're slicing cake.
Say the US wants to avoid at all costs.
We're slicing cake.
Say the US wants to avoid at all costs.
We're slicing.
Gaddafi didn't give up. In the months leading up to the military intervention, he called on African and Muslim nations to join together to create this new currency that would rival the dollar and euro. They would sell oil and other resources around the world only for gold dinars. It's an idea that would shift the economic balance of the world. Countries' wealth would depend on how much gold they have, not how many dollars they trade. And Libya has 144 tons of gold.
Welcome everyone to Thando Radio Show, brought to you by Black Talk Radio Network. I'm your host, Dave from LA, coming to you live from FEMA Region number 6. We have a live show for you today. Looking forward to that. It is a Tuesday. It is May the 9th, 2017 is a Tuesday. Looking forward to having a great show with you all. Very, very important. So let's jump right into it, everyone. Messed up there. We expect to have a special guest, and this is going to be a very, very important show. So let's go and keep moving right away. Everyone, continue to support Black Talk Radio Network, and you can easily do that by going to www.blacktalkradionetwork.com and give some of your financial energy. The donation icon that's right there on the website, their homepage, please hit that and hit the icon so it can prompt you and show you how you can give some of your financial energy to ensure that this network is here and continues to grow. Very, very important, especially for what we're going to be seeing and going through. And, without Black Talk Radio Network, it would be much more difficult than otherwise having it. So let's definitely support this network and keep it growing and keep it going. And you could easily do that by giving some of your financial energy. Another way that you can support Black Talk Radio Network is to engage and be a part of its social media network known as BTR Community. You can find it on the homepage for Black Talk Radio Network, or you can actually go to www.btrcommunity.com, www.btrcommunity.com, and be a part of the social media network that's been put together by this network as well, so that you can engage in all of your social media activities in a more holistic way where you won't be adversely affected for what you say, what you post, and just giving information about it. And it won't be a snitch program where you're telling everything about you and so forth and so on. Very, very important. Most people don't know how the overall mainstream media outlets such as Fedbook and all Twitter, tweeting and tattling is how it really works. It's actually a data mining spider program where they connect all the dots. That's why they ask you, do you know this person? Do you know that person? So come on over to BTR Community for only $24 a year, and you can post things about you, your events that you think should be given more attention. So very, very important. And you can, don't have to worry about your information being sold to any bidder. So very, very important that we do that. So BTR Community is a place that you want to be, and it's the only place that I actually post information. I'm not really on the social media outlets because I know what they're all about. So much love, much respect to Strategic Melanin. What's going on? And so that's what is so, so important. Okay, so listen, everyone, if you would like to save I always say this one. If you like to acquire the precious metals, you could do that with us by way of Prosperity Mint. And that's Prosperity Mint, PROSPERITYMINT. You could do that there. And even though we're not paid the same wage that a king and a queen is paid, or the wage of a lady and a gentleman, we get paid a slave's wage, because a king and a queen is paid, his wage is gold, a lady and a gentleman's wage is silver, and a slave's wage is debt. But you can save as a king and a queen and as a lady and gentleman. And how do you do that? You can do that with us via Prosperity Mint. We're also going to be having classes that Prosperity Mint is going to be giving. If you would like to find out about that, just email info@prosperitymint.com. And also, before you make any purchase at Prosperity Mint, make sure you email info@prosperitymint.com, or you could text 951-790-8330. Very, very important that you do that, so that you will be acquiring the precious metals correctly, okay? So you could do that there. Also, tomorrow, right after Thando Radio Show, we will be giving the precious metals and the preparedness class. We're going to be focusing on the preparedness side of it. If you'd like to get involved in that, you can actually email prosperitymint.com, info@prosperitymint.com, or you could text me at 951-790-8330. It's $40 a month for the classes, and we're going to start with preparing, especially for what's going to be going on. So starting tomorrow, right after Thando Radio Show, actually for everyone that actually signs up, you will be giving the information of how you're going to be able to engage in that on tomorrow. Okay, don't just hold off until tomorrow. You'll know exactly where you need to be, and how to be there is going to be right after Thando Radio Show. Okay, so very, very important. Must do. It's very, especially in today's world. So we're going to jump right into what's in the news, and we have some very, very important stuff that's going on, and then we'll get to our special guests, and then we'll get into the other half of the show. All right, here we go. First article, I posted this one from the antimedia.org. Tensions rise as U.S. announced military drills near embattled Venezuela. The involvement of the U.S. military in an upcoming multilateral military drill in South America has risen concerns over potential ultra motives on the part of the U.S. The drills, dubbed Operation America United, will involve the installation of temporary military bases on the triple border shared by the drill's other participant nations, Peru, Brazil, and Colombia. And Colombia borders Venezuela. Now you know what's really is all about in Venezuela. Economic collapses are a part of a wage of war against the people of the world. This is what this is all about. It's all falling apart, and this whole thing is going to be the untied states of America. Man, the untied United States, the untied states of America instead of the United States of America. This thing is definitely moving in a war direction, and we're going to see that make itself very well known, and this is why we need to be preparing. Next article. This was a YouTube video done by Brother Ben X. I did this video with Brother Ben X. Brother Ben X and myself did a YouTube video out in front of the Dallas Federal Reserve. So check out that YouTube video. We got it posted there in Thando Radio Show. Big ups to my man, Brother Ben X. Great, great work. Next article comes from Rise, and I don't know, this is Inc.com, and this is, it didn't show here, let me see, okay, let me click it real quick. How your company's network could be breached by a U.S. border agent. So check out that article. Rise posted that one, and so check out that one. Good article. Sometimes the articles don't always post-up starts, sometimes I got to hit it. It does it with me all the time. So check out that article. Next article, Rise posted this one from Business Insider. The U.S. Air Force deadly drones just got a whole lot deadlier. So check out that article as well. Rise posted this one from CNN Money. Why tiny drones become a must-have for soldiers. And actually have, I've seen the commercials for the little hand size. Well, they're even smaller than the human hand. Drone that's going to be deployed, and they're going to be all over the place, especially for what's going to be coming here. Check out that article. Next article also, Rise posted this one from VanityFair.com. How right-wing money is secretly funding college politics. Room, board, and dark money collide on campus. A version of this column originally appeared. And let me tell you something about this. Great article. Yes, that's actually what happens. It really is, doesn't matter whose organization is. If you become a part of the endowment, or you get to dictate the curriculum at the college, on the college level. Anyone can do that. But this is definitely something that is done, and is done on all sides and all means. And this is why much of our education is all propaganda, regurgitation, and indoctrination. So, great article. Next article. Rise posted this one from NBC News. And it says Trump could send as many as 5,000 more Trumps to Afghanistan. Celebrity figurehead President Trump has yet to decide on a variety of options being presented to him by the U.S. military leaders, senior officials said. So this whole war paradigm has continued to grow, and you're going to see why. Next article from CNN, Cerebrally Naive Network, Rise posted this one. Mexico was the second deadliest country in 2016. Check out that article. It's actually subtitled, Mexican drug wars claimed 23,000 lives during 2016, second only to Syria, where 50,000 people died in the civil war, according to the annual survey. Check out that article. Next article, Rise posted this one from the Telegraph, and it says telegraph.co.uk, a British publication. I really couldn't tell you. A Marine at loss to explaining in an interview why he shot dead wounded Taliban fighters. A Royal Marine who shot dead a wounded Taliban fighter in Afghanistan said he can't explain why he took the course of action he did. As he said, in his first days of freedom is a really good feeling. So Rod's commentary was interesting, how the military personnel can get away with murder under orders of the system. So true. It's just so blatant. And this is all how they always try to have, reinforce the agenda of the system, and this is how they constantly bombard with everyone with this type of mentality and all of this, making sure that we sell out our overall sovereignty for the freedom of being enslaved. So crazy how this works. But we need to go in a different direction. Next article, I posted this one from Reuters. Former Trump security aide was Russians' blackmail risk, ex-U.S. official says. Former acting U.S. Attorney General Yates said on Monday she warned the White House in January that the National Security Advisor Michael Flynn had been compromised and could have been vulnerable to blackmail by the Russians. Next article. And I got to do this one like I had to do the one with Roz. Got to pull this up. Okay, this one didn't come up. It is posted this one from the South China Morning Post. And it says, property, Hong Kong, China. Foreign firms relocate their Hong Kong offices on the outer suburbs. Foreign firms relocate their Hong Kong offices to outer suburbs as mainland companies take over Central. JLL said mainland companies flocking to trophy buildings in Central, with foreign companies being forced out as a result. Ladies and gentlemen, this is because of the direction that is going we are moving into where the U.S. will be totally neutralized as a relevant entity in the global economy, in the geopolitical realm, and militarily. So, real quick, as mainland China companies continue to swamp on trophies buildings in Hong Kong Central Division, foreign multinationals are relocating their Hong Kong offices to outer suburbs. Why? Because they're being kicked out. Who do you think the main ones that are being evicted or kicked out? U.S. companies. It wouldn't be surprised. Man, very, very important, great article that's posted there. Next article comes from Sputnik News. North Korea delegates to take part in Beijing Silk Road Forum. A North Korean delegate will participate in the high-level forum in Beijing on cooperation within the framework of China's One Belt, One Road policies later in May. Chinese foreign minister spokesman said today. And this is the new Silk Road, ladies and gentlemen, unfolding right here. Next article, I posted this from Cerebrally Naive Money. Big retailers hope to prove they're not dying. Well, that's not going to be the truth. This is huge, and it's had a lot to do with today's show once we get to it. And that came from CNN. Next article, these two articles go together. I posted this one. This was an exclusive article. Harvard Endowment shopping $2.5 billion in assets. Harvard Management Company is seeking to sell off more than $2.5 billion of private equity, venture capital, and real estate investments. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen, and this goes along with the article we posted earlier this year. And this one is from WallStreetJournal.com. Harvard Endowment to lay off half its staff. And this was from earlier this year. Harvard University Endowment plans to outsource management of most of its assets and lay off roughly half of the staff in radical overhauling of on the way the world's wealthiest school invests its money. This is huge. Why is this happening, ladies and gentlemen? Because they know what's coming down the road, and this is what today's show is going to be all about. Huge, and very, very important show. Next article from Cerebrally Naive, known as CNN. After Yates, more questions for the White House. Check out that article. Next article, this one came from PhoneArena.com. Apple is now the first $800 billion company, and all of its cash is held outside of the United States, and they refuse to bring their cash back into the United States because they know where things is going. But they're going to do it once the United States goes into fire sale, liquidation. That's when they're going to come in, seize up assets, put in their factories, and they're going to have every person in the United States, they're going to give, not every person, they're going to give so many jobs, but they're not going to pay them anything because everybody that is in any form of major debt is going to be subject to the overall debt servitude or debt prisons. This is going to grow, and they're going to push this majorly. So check out that. This is why we're here, so that you won't be a part of that. Next article from Cerebrally Naive Network. Latest on Afghanistan option. Expect to hit Trump's desk this week. Check out that article. Next article. Very, very important one, goes with today. And my commentary on this is, okay, let's get prepared. From Cerebrally Naive, known as CNN, Money. Trump wants to revise Glass-Steagall, but what that means is very unclear. Nearly 20 years after being killed by Congress, Glass-Steagall is making a comeback in the Trump era. One problem, no one knows what the revival of the 1930-era banking law would look like today. 1930 bank law. Why was that? Because that came from the Depression. There's something far worse. This is why they're going to bring it back, because Glass-Steagall, they bring it around the Depressions. Next article, very, very important, one you can't miss. This is from Bloomberg. J.P. Morgan tells banks to partner up as U.S. deposit drain looms. Yes, this was on Bloomberg, and yes, J.P. Morgan has said this. J.P. Morgan is one of the subsidiaries of the United States government. That's why Jamie Dimon, during a congressional hearing, was wearing the presidential ring and was flaunting it to the overall committee. That happened about 2 years ago in 2015. It happened in 2015, I believe it was. So, but J.P. Morgan, yes, is saying it. Bloomberg was reporting it, but we've been telling you since we've been on air that this is coming. This is probably the most significant article we've ever posted here, and what today's show is going to be centered around after our special guest. So important that we resonate and see what's really going on, and we have got to prepare. So, much love, much respect. Let me see if our special guest is there. No, they're not there. I think they're going to be coming in 7 minutes. So that's what we have here. This article is critical, and we're going to definitely run into this article after. And you must be prepared for this, because they're going to do it if you're ready or not. Doesn't matter. Their overall objective and their energy is to do it. And only thing that can stop that if there's a greater energy force than theirs. And as of now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't see it. But you also have your own individual force that you could use to protect yourself, your family, and our overall community. And when you hear what's in this article, and know really what's going on here, all of it is being told. And this is going to spread. They're telling you. Now, you got to and one thing that I think is very, very important is that these are the same institutions that caused all of the collapses in the past. They are telling you they're about to create another one so that they can actually harvest more energy and to harvest more enslaved energy for the future. And they're going to do it by multiple means. This is just one method to its objection of subjugation and enslavement. So definitely, there are things that you need to be doing and preparing yourself and your family for, which we're going to be talking about. And this is why we have the preparedness in precious metals classes that's coming up, $40 a month. Go to info@Prosperity Mint, or you could text me at 951-790-8330 and sign up. Can do it through PayPal. Get on board, get prepared, get ready. Let's do it. And we're going to definitely be relying on each other. So this is crazy, crazy, crazy times that we're going to be seeing. So let's just do it. Never scared, always prepared. Nothing to be afraid of, everything to be ready for. So check that out. I guess next, let me just read this real quick, the subtitle of this. A crunch may be felt this December as Fed policy reverses. Let me move this down. As Fed policy reverses, mid-sized bank deals already underway in quest for deposits. This is already happening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to spread out into so many fields. You must be prepared for it. So that's what we have for you today. Just waiting on our special guest. Hopefully they will be jumping in relatively soon. So I'm just send them out a text, and then we're going to get into what's going on. So okay, so definitely waiting on the guests. They should be jumping in real soon here, and we're going to be taking it from there. So today's show is a very, very, very important show, and at any time, yesterday's show was pre-recorded. You weren't able to call in yesterday. So if you had any questions from yesterday's show, we could attach them to today's show. But anytime you'd like to get in on the conversation, give us a call, 866-5 866-510-9025, 866-510-9025. And hit star. We'll see you in queue. That will unmute you, and then we will bring you up, and we will jump off into today's show. So until then, just waiting on the guest to call to chime in, and we're going to jump into it. So I said that told them to jump in right after on the half, so they should be calling in 2 minutes. So just trying to wait for that to happen. And we'll get going on everything. So, man, crazy time. So looking forward to working with you all in the preparedness classes and the precious metals classes. So very, very important. And I would just say this. One thing that I would definitely say about the precious metals in the overall preparedness class, please be sincere. What I mean by sincere, most of all of you are, but sometimes we run into people that aren't sincere. And what I mean by that is that they have alternative motives. And they have alternative motives that if those alternative motives were being used against them, they would not appreciate it. And they would not respect it, nor would they would consider that was a setup. So everyone, please be sincere. You know, one thing is that we can tell when people's energy isn't sincere. Okay, we all resonate in a way that we can tell when people's energy isn't sincere. So, with that being said, I'm not pointing out to anyone. I'm just making a general statement. If that did have something to do to you, then yes, I was directly talking to you because people do that. We run into that all the time. And I'm going to tell you, one good thing about our organization is that you want to be aligned with our organization and what we're doing, because what we're doing is actually going to benefit you, your family, and there should in our community. And the key is our community as well. There should be collective prudence among us all. We should be aligning with each other for our overall stability. Okay? So be sincere, because we will know if you are, and I just don't resonate with that type of energy. You know, it happens from time to time, but hey, that goes with life. Doesn't move us. We just keep going. So we're waiting on. Oh, there we go. Our special guest is there. I'm going to unmute our special guest and then bring them on, and then we're going to talk about some very, very important things for you today on Thando Radio Show. So let me bring the special guest up. Let me unmute this individual. And I believe this is our special guest. Brother,
hello,
Brother Sherman, is that you?
Yes.
Hey,
yes,
Brother Sherman, what's going? Good. What's going on? Welcome to Thando Radio Show. You're live on air with us here at Thando Radio Show. We just want to thank you for coming. And, one of the things, Brother Sherman, one of the things that I've been telling people for a very long time, and we got my man, JD. JD, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. My man, JD. What's happening, John? My man is here. Thank you for coming on with us today. Our two special guests are here. And just so we're going to start out here, a good friend and a someone that I have great confidence in is John Black. We have some joint ventures that we do together, and this brother has always been fantastic. I absolutely love Brother Black, and just from the time that we've known, and we clicked right away. So, John and I have been doing a lot of things together for a very long time, since we met a couple of years ago, and we rely on each other. I actually rely on John for a lot of information and just in general. And it's a good collective partnership that we have. And so one of the things is that you all know, with us owning a precious metals company, I said that you always want to control your precious metals. And I want you to start thinking about getting into Bitcoin, because you want to own Bitcoin. You can't control Bitcoin, but you can own Bitcoin. And that's something that you definitely want to do, but you want to control money. And so what we have here is that we're going to be talking about how you can do that. And I was looking for and waiting for a system because I'm always extremely busy within my business. And so I was looking for an avenue in which I can engage in the cryptocurrencies that would be in a benefit to myself and my clients and the listeners, you guys. And what we're bringing to you, well, lo and behold, who brings it to me? Other than I wasn't surprised was John. And John has affiliations, many affiliations, and then this is where I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Sherman, and this was a great, great deal. Huge opportunity. Now, let me tell you why. Just from my understanding, then I'm going to let Mr. Sherman explain to you what's the opportunity that's available to you, the Thando Radio Show listeners, okay? And then John is going to actually give you another opportunity that we've got a little sweeten the deal here for you all. And so what I want to do is I want to first bring up Mr. Sherman, and if Brother Sherman would just talk about the opportunity and the cryptocurrency and why it's so important for us to own Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and the other currencies, and how to do that in a more beneficial way so that you can actually have a cash flow to increase your overall cash flow so that you can actually acquire real money and other things with it. Great opportunity. So, Brother Sherman, if you would, tell us about the opportunity in the digital currency or the cryptocurrencies that you are going to be offering to our listeners here at Thando Radio Show.
Appreciate that, David. Yes, I'm really a big fan of the digital currency industry. I got involved about 2 years ago on the mining side of things with one of the major miners on the platform with blockchain, and it's just been amazing actually to see how Bitcoin has evolved, and it's actually growing into multiple altitudes in regards to merchant services and getting it available for the people to use by the masses. And what I like about Bitcoin is that it's property, so you can actually own a piece of property without it actually being in your pocket. Everybody's using mobile phones nowadays, and they're able to use this and be able to send money, quickly, very quickly, with low transfer fees. I'm talking about cents, pennies, 2 cents to send, $1,000 anywhere in the world. So this is pretty amazing. The bottom line is you want to be your own bank, and this is an opportunity to be your own bank, and at the same time control the top 10 digital currencies on the market through our trading platform, which is only about 3 million people in the world who's using this, and it was able to build this market cap up to a $40 trillion market cap, which Bitcoin is leading the market cap at about 55%. And then the other alt currencies are at about 45%. So the opportunity that we have here is for you to be a part of a blockchain technology that's created by blockchain, and you can use this as your own bank. And this platform will allow you to earn daily dividends from 1% to 2% per day, and growing your digital currency on a daily basis. So versus just holding one in your wallet, and then if it goes up to $10,000 or when it goes up to $10,000 per Bitcoin, you just have one. This way we'll be able to leverage that one Bitcoin and trade it amongst the top 10 digital currencies on the planet right now. So it's really an awesome opportunity.
Wow. And, just to give you an idea of my history with Bitcoin, I actually was first introduced to Bitcoin years ago, back in 2010 and 9, and had a buddy that said, "Hey, Dave, we need to get into this, to this Bitcoin thing." And I said, "Okay, what is it? It's digital currency and everything else." And he had all these servers and these computers that were working and, to mine it, and I said, there's got to be a better way. So I'm very familiar with Bitcoin, and I was waiting to find a better way to actually engage in Bitcoin other than, like what you said, just getting one and holding it, and not really leveraging it to your advantage. Well, lo and behold, you come along by way of John, and you have this platform that you could actually do that. And that is the best way, because what you're actually able to do is you're actually able to trade Bitcoin without, doing much of anything at all. And so This is a passive income that can be coming to you in the digital currency. As we were talking yesterday, I said, really, Bitcoin and the digital currency is going to be the digital Forex market, the new digital Forex market. So I'm very familiar with it. Let me tell you, some of the things I didn't like about it was that, it's something that, something security is paramount with it, where it can be hacked and everything else. Because I remember when we had our Bitcoin, Mt. Gox was taken down by the U.S. government, and they stole all of these Bitcoins. But then I knew when they did that, I knew that Bitcoin was going to be going sky high, because where did those Bitcoins go? They knew where they were going. That's why they stole them. So wow. I knew it was going to come back in, so I got back into Bitcoin. Then, you get busy, and I fell off, got so busy with the business, I wasn't able to actually, get back in when I wanted to. But I did get back in probably in 2014. And, that's after remember the last big crash that it had it went down like to $200, $100 and something dollars, and I got in there. And I happened to only get one Bitcoin, and I had always thought about I need to get more, and I forgot. So this is actually the opportunity that I was looking for, because you can actually, your Bitcoin can be working for you continuously throughout the overall trading cycle, trading day, and throughout the whole trading year, which is, there's just no one else that's doing that. So I just wanted to let you know my overall background with Bitcoin, which I know we had talked when we first met.
Right, and for the listeners, with this platform, they don't even have to know anything about trading Bitcoin or watching the markets or anything like that. We have some proprietary software that you could actually put to work and hire us to do this for you. And basically, we will go in with our technology software, artificial intelligence, that scours the market for the top 10 digital currencies on the planet and do microsecond buys and sells on your behalf, and you reap the benefits on a daily basis. So this is really a no-brainer. If you could push a button once a week, then you could trade on our platform. And the security is the highest level of security with blockchain technology, because we are a blockchain affiliate. So that's what's really amazing. And this thing is just, wow. I initially started my account with 1 Bitcoin, and over 60 days without doing anything, it turned into 3 Bitcoins. And I have partners that started with 5 Bitcoins and in a 4-month period have 600 Bitcoins. So it just depends on how aggressive you can get with this. I really encourage people to get some digital currency, because one day it will be $1 million a share.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Now, if you would, Brother Sherman, explain to our listeners what the blockchain is and why that's so important, and what the move has been to the blockchain, and what you anticipate the overall market response to blockchain to be.
Well, the blockchain is basically, in a nutshell, it's a secure platform that is the ledger for all transactions of Bitcoin that happens all over the world on a daily basis. So it's like the ledger. So anything that happens, it won't have your private information. It'll just have your blockchain account, basically. So every time a transaction is happening on the blockchain, you'll see it live. And then a good thing about the blockchain is that it holds the very first transaction, which was a pizza. One of the programmers of the Bitcoin was asked, "Hey, I need a pizza. Anybody willing to give me a pizza? I'll give them 10,000 in Bitcoin." This was before any transaction had ever happened, and this is crazy. Where the guy sent them over a pizza for Papa John's Pizza with his credit card, delivered it, the guy sent over 10,000 in Bitcoins to his account, and that was the first transaction that's recorded on the blockchain. So, and
now, where is that? Wait. Now, what is the overall that paper value or currency value of those 10,000 Bitcoins right now? Huge.
Wow, exactly. Over $1,730 a share right now. That was in the last 5 minutes when I seen it. Yes, for one Bitcoin. So he had 10,000
for one Bitcoin. Right, exactly.
Wouldn't you think that was a great investment for that pizza?
Yes. And then this is why I like it, and this is why I was bringing it to you all, the Thando Radio Show listeners. Here's why I like it. Because you could do this. You get a Bitcoin. You actually engage in this proprietary system. It trades it for you. You actually accumulate more Bitcoin. Then what you can do is that you can take out some of your earnings, the interest that was bared from you, and then you could use that to prepare. You could use that to buy your precious metals. We also will be accepting precious Bitcoins for our precious metals. You can use that portion of it to have another stream of income for yourself. And like Brother Sherman said, all you have to do is, every Sunday night, hit the mouse for it to work for you, and it'll work for you throughout the week. So Sherman explained that to you. That's why I like it, because the overall exposure to all of this is very minimum, and the overall opportunity is vast. This is another way. It doesn't matter if you've never traded anything in your life. There isn't much that you need to know other than acquiring it and then let it work for you, and then use it to your benefit. Yes, it is an investment where the overall fluctuation of Bitcoin is the principal can be lost, but what can be gained is so much more. And then that's what I say, that you augment your overall income to better prepare yourself to acquire real, tangible, physical assets, and most important, control real money. So this is where you have both worlds. You get your cash flow enhancement or adrenaline shot into your cash flow potentially, and then you can use that for whatever it is that you want to use it for. All I say is don't create any more debt with the overall returns that you get. Become sovereign. So, Brother Sherman, so tell us about this system and some of the benefits from it, and then we're going to open it up for a couple of calls if we have any callers that have any questions for you about this, and tell them how they can engage and what's the initial investment, and just give them the overall fundamentals to getting involved with this.
Absolutely. So basically, the overall, to get started, would be first open up your own blockchain wallet, which normally takes about 2 minutes to do. You could download a wallet from the Play Store or your Apple Store on your cell phone or on your computer, and it's free to do that. And that'll be your own security wallet. That's your own bank. That's the first step. And then just to get on our platform, it's 0.3 in Bitcoin. And then we have a currency converter called Preve.com, and you can go there and just type in the 0.3, and it'll tell you the conversion rate for Bitcoin to U.S. dollar. So that's the first step. And then we have higher packages where you can start off at 1 Bitcoin and then all the way up to 5 Bitcoin. And the difference in pricing is that it opens up more of the commission structure for referring your friends and family to the platform. So they do offer you some benefits, like 10%, just to refer friends and family to the platform. And then everyone who starts off, the minimum contract that we have is 8 months, and that's at the 0.3 level, 0.3 BTC. And then the second...
That's Bitcoin.
Right, Bitcoin, BTC. And then 1.05 for the trader platform, and that's 1.05 BTC, and that's a year time for you. So all the profits that you're earning, you could withdraw daily, which is a great benefit. So we have a client that put in $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, and then on a daily average, he's making anywhere from $180 to $200 a day, if he decides to pull that out, we do have debit card features where you could get a debit card, and it'll allow you to take down at least $90,000 a day, up to $90,000 a day on a debit card. So the same feature that you would use with your typical bank, having a debit card, and that's attached to your Bitcoin. So those are some of the highlights. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sherman. Go ahead. I thought you were go ahead.
Yeah, that's one of the highlights, having the debit card feature, and that's something that we do have. And then another bonus that we have on our platform is for the people that like to trade, and they know a little bit about the market. We do have our own exchange where they could trade the digital currencies manually as well. So, and we found that 3 million Bitcoin enthusiasts are trading now, and just imagine when it hits to 10 million. All that's going to do is raise the prices of Bitcoin and of the other alt currencies. So that's a beautiful thing, a feature that no one has out there in regards to this type of platform.
Yeah, and let me tell you, this is why I like it, because there's very few investments that you always want to get into something when it's building, and the rest of the world is starting to catch on to the digital cryptocurrency. Yes, it is something that you have to be mindful of and be aware of course. But involved, of course. But the good thing about it is that you're coming in on something, that is completely, the potential for it is great. And the thing that I like about it is that you can do your initial investment, and then what you earned from that initial investment, you can use for whatever you want to use. And so, what is it that you'll have to lose, Right. So this is a huge, great way. Now, we got a question for you. One of our listeners sent me a message, says, does he do mining? Does the system mine for you?
No, the system does not mine for you. This particular system does not mine for you. It's basically trading only. Yes, trading only.
Yes, it trades only. Yes, and there was another question. I read another person asked a question. I read the Bitcoin hype is being driven by those investing in it. Bitcoin mining. I would say, let me tell you about from my overall history with Bitcoin. I remember when no one knew about it, when no one hardly even knew about it. And it was a digital currency. Now, what do I think? Now, this is what I truly think, is that all of the banks and all of the hedge funds and sovereign wealth funds, they're all going to be engaging in it. Because, remember, they keep talking about they want to get rid of cash? Well, this is a part of the digital system that they're going to be getting rid of cash and to create. And so the key is, if you know that, you never overextend yourself, but what you do is you always use it to protect yourself. So, yes, it is definitely, growing right now. One Bitcoin is over $1,700. It's the second or third time when it has gone past 1 ounce of gold. So, it is definitely growing. This is what I always say. You want to own Bitcoin, but you control the overall physical precious metal. And this is another avenue for you to acquiring another stream of income that you would otherwise may not have in today's world. So however it's being driven, you can start off with whatever it is that the limit is, and start there until you build more confidence in it, and just, continue to build from there.
Correct. I mean, they have a lot of different vendors. That's huge. I come to find out that Mercedes accept Bitcoin. You got Home Depot, Starbucks. You have all these different companies. Even Dish Network, they accept payment in Bitcoin. So the trend.
Prosperity Mint will be. Brother Sherman, would you say Prosperity Mint will be accepting Bitcoin, please, to let everybody know?
Say that again.
I said, will you let everyone know that Prosperity Mint is one of the great companies in this world that will be accepting Bitcoin also? Mint,
one of the greatest companies in the world, and they are accepting Bitcoin to the day. That's right.
That's right.
So absolutely, it's breaking records right now. It's it's definitely over $1,800 right now as I look on the crypto channel here. 1821.86 for one Bitcoin. And then Ethereum is coming right behind it. They're number 2 on the spot. They're at $89 a share. So I watched these coins go from $5, $6 all the way up. Now they're worth,
Yes, I remember when they were $2.
Yeah, so it's really, getting some momentum, and it's only 3 million people using these platforms. So I just can imagine more and more people using it. It's just going to raise the value of all these different coins.
Yes, we got another question. Person asked, said, "Hey, I read that there are millions of Bitcoins that can be found and claimed by mining." Would you explain that, Brother Sherman, if you would?
There's millions of Bitcoin. Well, there's only 5 million remaining Bitcoin that you could mine for, and that's going to take about 50 years. So, yes, you can mine certain blocks of Bitcoin every 10 minutes. There's a certain amount that you could mine. And, yes, it's definitely, you can mine a ton of Bitcoin. It's just very expensive as well to keep up with the technology and the software to continue solving these math problems. So for the long haul, mining is definitely a great move as well because you just constantly get, many bits and bits of Bitcoin every single day through the mining process. You just got to make sure you got enough power and enough technology.
Let me add to that. When I initially, hold on, I think we got a caller in queue. No, John, okay, go ahead, John.
What I was going to say in regards to what RJ just said, there's a video out right now that's called "Is It Too Late to Buy Bitcoin?" It's only a 2-minute video, but it's the quickest 2 minutes that breaks down the Bitcoin industry very nice. So in that video, we're basically saying that the market cap for Bitcoin is now bigger than U.S. Steel, bigger than Twitter. It's really based on supply and demand, and the supply is declining. So there's 21 million total Bitcoin, 16 million free floating Bitcoins, and then they're going to have 5 million Bitcoins will be dripped out to the market over the next 100 years. So it's not like gold when the price goes up and you have a supply response from the miners. This is supply and demand. So when there's only a certain amount of Bitcoins and then you have the cash going in, you can see why the numbers are going up right now. So that's when RJ said only 5 Bitcoin left. That's going to be the 5 Bitcoin that's going to be dripped over the next 100 years. But there is 16 million free floating. Also, China is using Bitcoin as a digital gold and storing it. Also, was reported in India, 80% of the cash is no longer valid. So they actually demonetized the country, and they're using digital currency, and that's going on right now.
Yeah, we definitely, John, we talk about that a lot. And just to augment what John was saying is that the mining portion of it is very difficult. Like I was saying, when I first was initially introduced to Bitcoin, I had a friend, he had all of these servers at his house, and he was mining Bitcoin. It was like it was an IBM room, a server room. I'm like, what is all of this stuff? He spent, a bunch of money with the servers and everything else, and he was only getting 0.00001, Bitcoins, or however, how much, and his energy bill was 6. So what this platform does is this. It trades on the already existing Bitcoins that are already in circulation.
Absolutely.
So very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So, okay, John John, how can they get involved in this? What is it that they can do if they wanted to do it? I'm already in it. I would not bring you something that I'm not in, and this is easy, good for me because my schedule, as you already know, John, my schedule gets very, very hectic, and I do the Forex market, but I stopped doing the Forex market because of where things are going and everything else. I wanted to get out got what I needed to get out, and I got back into this because the potential for this is going to be extremely relevant. And so this is an opportunity. I wanted to bring it to you all. And like they were saying, you can actually gain even more by your network of friends and family if they want to get into. And believe me, people are going to be getting into to digital currency. They might as well get into it through you if you know of those individuals. So, John, how can they get involved in this opportunity?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say there is no membership fees. There is no annual fees. There's no monthly auto ships. There's no recruiting necessary, and proof of success is available as well. In regards to coming on board with the company, they have the 3 packages that Ronald mentioned, but at the same time, there is, let me reiterate, there is a small fee, a 0.05 fee that they charge when you open up your account, one-time fee. So let me clarify that. But no monthly auto ships, no recruiting necessary. If you refer people, you just get an override, and that's it, and that's all. So I'm like David, very, very busy. I'm a financial.
Oh, wait 1 second, John, 1 second. We got to get ready to go to a commercial break. I don't want to break you in between your overall thought. We'll come back to that with you being busy. Then we're going to take a break, come right back, and then we'll pick this up from where we are. Okay, everyone, you're listening to Thando Radio Show, brought to you by Black Talk Radio Network. If you'd like to get in on the conversation, give us a call, 866-510-9025, 866-510-9025. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Black Talk Radio since 2008, providing new black media for the masses.
Okay, welcome back everyone to Thando Radio Show, brought to you by Black Talk Radio Network. If you'd like to get in on the conversation, definitely give us a call, 866-510-9025, 866-510-9025. We have our special guest, Brother Sherman, and Brother Black is here talking about cryptocurrency and the opportunity. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this to you all because of what's going on in the world. And we're going to definitely talk about that and how that very, very important show. So John was talking about, his busy schedule. So I want to give it back to John so that he could pick up from where he left off. John, you were talking about your schedule is extremely busy. That's where we had to interrupt you for the overall commercial break.
Yes. So, like I was saying, in regards to digital currency, I'm a financial and business strategist right now, and I specialize in funding, how to get it, invest it, and protect it. So I'm helping business owners and entrepreneurs get funding for projects or to expand their business or to do whatever they want to do in regards to what they're doing, flip houses or whatever. So I'm dealing with paper money, cash, of course. So digital currency is not in my train of thought. But as I see the news keep going on and all these millionaires and billionaires and Fortune 500 companies and major key players now investing in this industry, it woke me up. And why that has happened is because of one quote that I remember. If poor people did what rich people did, poor people would have what rich people have. So if you see what they're doing, why would you not mimic them? Now, you don't have to go in with hundreds of millions of dollars, but the good thing about Bitcoin is that you don't have to buy a whole coin. Okay, you don't have $1,700. Well, maybe you have $100. So let's say when I told my mentor about this 2 months ago, Bitcoin was $900. So let's say if he just put $100 and bought $100 worth of Bitcoin back then, and now that it's $1,700, well, he would be winning right now, and it would increase his coins. So this is where the industry is going because it's dictating that. Another article I read is in regards to SpaceX, which is Elon Musk, and he has that space program going to Mars, and it had a question mark on there. Do you really think that we will be transacting in paper money on Mars? No, they will not. And digital currency has definitely withstood hard times right now throughout the world. In Zimbabwe, we're talking about, I mentioned India. They're saying Africa is fertile ground for digital currency and Bitcoin. So when I saw that, and my other specialist, now RJ is the one that was poking me in the, whispering in my ear and telling me I need to get involved with Bitcoin. But of course, what the mind doesn't understand is going to reject. So I immediately rejected because guess what? I had no time to even try to learn it. I didn't understand it. It was just over my head. But another person that I met, which is on another level, I would say this person is on the same level as David Wren on this phone in precious metals. This other guy that I know is on the same level as David in digital currency. I mean, his knowledge is through the roof. And he told me last year I should get Bitcoin. I was going to meet with a lady out here in Sacramento to get some Bitcoins, and I forgot to do it because my schedule was so tight. I was traveling. I went to D.C., I went to Dallas, Summer, all that stuff. The next thing I know, I'm watching the news, and Bitcoin is hitting $1,000. Well, I'm kicking myself because I was going to buy 10 at the time, and I didn't buy the 10. And it was now to $1,000. I'm like, what? So it dropped back down to 7 and 9. I ended up getting some at that time, and then guess where it's at right now. Now, he did tell me the same thing about Ethereum and not understanding Ethereum as a digital currency. Ethereum's digital currency is based on technology. Well, everyone on this phone knows, or on this radio show knows, that technology is not going anywhere. So if you got a digital currency based on technology and you got Bill Gates dumping hundreds of millions in Bitcoin, I guess we're going in that direction because he dictated that by dumping all that money in that direction. So now I'm seeing these numbers just skyrocket. Denver Airport is now taking Bitcoin for payment in their parking. Like RJ said, you can, buy a house, you can buy a car, you can transact and do a lot of things right now in Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin ATM machines all over the world right now. And I have a client of mine, or actually a associate of mine who's a banker. She's part owner of a bank, and she also does taxes. One of her clients has a Bitcoin ATM machine. Well, she was showing me the bank statements, and this guy's clearing anywhere from, averaging $500,000 cash going to his ATM machine a month. Where's that coming from? So obviously the money is out there. Obviously people want to transact in that arena. I'm not into it, but apparently there are quite a few people who are into it. So this is a paradigm shift that I see in the financial world where this guy, he compared it to the internet. He goes, some people got it, some people didn't. The people who get this Bitcoin situation, you're ahead of the curve. Because when it rolls into that situation, they're talking about, when he's telling me he's going to hit $1,000, did I believe him? No. When they told me he's going to hit $1,200, I believe him? No. How about 15? 17. Now it's 17. Well, it's doing what everyone told me it was going to do. And then even on Ethereum, I got Ethereum when it was $12 a coin. Right now it's $80. Why? Because I did listen to him that time. And I'm not missing the boat. So basically what we're doing is sharing this information to individuals to get ahead of the curve because we're going in that direction. Everyone could agree that the U.S. dollar is going to crash. So why are you keeping that? And then if you can transfer that into precious metals and then also piggyback it on digital currency, which is exploding, and then you have a platform where you can compound your digital currency hands-free. I mean, I came on at 65 days of trading, and I made 2.5 Bitcoin doing nothing. Well, actually, I came in Sunday night and set my trade risk to high risk and make sure the wheels were turning, and I'm good to go for the week. And if I don't do that, I won't trade for the week. So there is some small action that you have to do to get this system running for you.
Which you're not going to forget to do. Believe me, you're not going to forget to do. John, will you ever forget to set your wheels into motion? No.
I have to be incapacitated, unfortunately, to do it. But if I am, I can still do it from my phone. You know what I mean? So, this still can happen. So, there is. Go ahead, David.
And you know what, John, you were great. What you were saying is so relevant and so true. Now, with everyone, there's a lot of different retailers that are Bitcoin is going to be saving their retail business. Bitcoin is going to be, it's so many things that it's going to be doing. But John, could you talk about one of the greatest precious metals companies that's going to be accepting Bitcoin? I mean, that's crazy. You're going to be able to exchange and get real money. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know about that one.
Yes, 30 minutes. I do know about that. And also,
I'm sorry for forgive me for the plug, everyone. It's just that John is a good friend of mine, and I appreciate John and everything that he does. So he knows I'm just I'm a little shameless plug for Prosperity Mint. But go ahead, John.
Well, no worries. But at the same time, like you said, when you're having commodities, because Bitcoin is the commodity. So now you're able to purchase that Bitcoin, and at the same time, if you want to turn around and purchase some precious metals with that and transfer that to something that's physical, so you can have both of the ones that are going to be tangible and much needed moving into the future. So now
we got a caller in queue, John. When you get a chance, we got a caller in queue. Let's when you get a chance, we want to take this caller. Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, finish what you were saying. I just wanted you to before you started on something that you really wanted to say. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, it just basically just like I said, just being able to, while I could be able to interchange with both.
Yeah, that's why I love it
with Prosperity Mint, because now you can have, because they're both commodities. So that's a good way to diversify your portfolio if you're trying to build one. But there's an article out right now that's saying this is why billionaires invest 10% of their wealth in Bitcoin. I mean, they're doing that as well. And once again, it really comes down to the main thing, which is supply and demand. We all know if you only have a certain amount of supply, that's just mathematics. So over time, as you can see, as I look up right now, where we're at over $1,700 right now for Bitcoin, where, 2 months ago it was at 11.
Yeah, 2 months ago it was a little. Yeah, we're going to take that call. Now, one thing before we go to the caller. Hold on 1 second, Jerry. We're going to go to our brother out of Tennessee. Doesn't matter where you are economically. You can even just get in with the minimum, and then it can start gaining for you, and then you can take out and use for what you want to use. So it's that's why I actually love this platform. I'm not worried about hackers now, because this was something that I was willing to lose for the potential of something that I'm willing to gain, because we're prepared. John is prepared, so he's always looking for opportunities, because he's not scared of what is going to be happening. Never scared, always prepared. So let's go to the caller that's in queue. My man out of Tennessee has a question or comment. Go ahead, caller out of Tennessee. If you'd like to say your name, go ahead and say it. And what is your question or comment?
Yes, this is Jerry calling out of Tennessee, as you stated. My question was very simple. I'm very familiar with John. We actually friends on Facebook. I think we took the precious metal class together. My question is,
you did.
What happened with the Bitcoin that was so significant that made you trust it the way that you do, and you switch from the Forex to dealing with this?
Well, the facts. I mean, Forex market is so volatile. I have not seen anyone consistently win in Forex. Forex is based on our currency around the world, and the currency around the world is basically, from my understanding, is devaluing, or at least some of it. U.S. dollar, I mentioned India. But seeing two companies, I have another company that is pretty successful in Forex. They average about 3% per month on the Forex, and that's in proof. I can see that. Other ones say they can do that, but when it comes down to actually doing it, because I put money in an account, I used an auto trader before, I used some of the technologies, and it didn't perform like they said it would perform. So seeing digital currency, and what changed my mind is that when my friend told me to buy it at 400 and then it was 1,000, that's what changed my mind, because I don't know anything about Bitcoin, but I know the difference between 400 and 1,000. And as that was going up and that commodity was going up, I said, I need to find out why that commodity is going up. Why did it go to $1,000? And I just broke down earlier saying now I understand why, because there's only a certain amount of Bitcoins out there and the value is going up. And then also I'm following the money. I'm following JP Morgan Chase, General Electric, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, all of them who are dumping hundreds of millions of dollars in this industry. If I don't do that, like I said, when that one quote, poor people do it, poor people, if you did that, then you would get what they have. You don't have to go on that level. So the light came on for me, and that's the reason why I believe it. And I see every single day there's a news article coming up. It's just government's taking Bitcoin right now. When you got your government taking Bitcoin and they want to transact like that, because our money, our paper money is not backed by anything. It's a debt instrument. We know that. Why am I staying over there? It's a wage of a slave.
Yeah, and I want to just piggyback off that. Great question from Jerry. One of the reasons why I got into the Forex market, because I knew I was only going to get into that Forex market for a temporary time for a purpose, and that purpose was to generate some income for me to do other things with. And I realized that the Forex market was something that I needed to get out of as well. And everyone that was in the Forex market with me, I told them, I'm getting out, I'm here. One of the things with the Forex market is based off of the debt instruments of currency that already has debt leveraged against it so much. The over on the main reason why getting out of the Forex market, because the Forex market is highly driven by the reserve currency of the world being the U.S. dollar, and the stability of the U.S. dollar is done. So then also the overall algorithms required you to know. You can't just, you need to know a lot of things. I'm not a technical trader. I'm a fundamental trader. In order for me to trade a currency pair, I would need to know fundamentally why it's going to move in a direction that is going to move up or down. And sometimes what happens in the Forex market is that it moves so, because it trades so much and it's continuous, its overall swings are great, and there's a lot of things that you need to know. Another reason why. I hated getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to deal with my trades. That was one of the greatest reasons why, because there was just so many other things. And, the Forex market is based off of the reserve currency, and the reserve currency right now is actually on the ropes. Its rope-a-dope isn't working anymore. It's pretty soon is going to be down goes Frazier. So that I know for me, and I know the question was directed to John, and John and I talk, and I know, and I told John that I was getting out of the Forex market, and I gave him the reasons why. But I think you always have to have a purpose for everything. The reason why I got into this with John was because of the opportunity to get a cash flow going in that I could use for what? You already know, if you know me, what I'm going to use it for. I'm going to move it into some real hard assets, some things that I can control by owning something that's working and performing. So great question, Jerry. Any other question or comment, Jerry?
Excuse me. No. I just that was the one question that I had.
Yeah,
Hey,
great
Dave,
question.
taking my call.
Oh yeah, for sure, Jerry. So definitely. So gents, one more time, John. Okay. The question. There was a question that was here. What if the internet goes down? Well, if the internet goes down, you won't be able to use it. Yes, you won't be able to use it. You will not be able to use it. This is what we're preparing. This is what, for me, I use Bitcoin so that when the internet does go down, I want to leverage it now while the internet is up to get everything that I can get out of the system. And then when it does go down, I'm already prepared for that. So great question. Let me see. Are there any other?
And that's the reason why I was reluctant, because I kept hearing about hacking this and hacking that. And I'm like, okay, so how long am I going to wait for it to hack? Okay, what if it doesn't hack in 1 year or 2 years or 5 years and it keeps going up? And I'm sitting on the sideline, wondering if the internet's going to go down. There's an article that came out that our funds in our bank are going to be, some banks are going to be, draining some of the funds out your bank. So what if your bank shuts down? That's a possibility. I actually think the bank shutting down will go down before the internet goes down. And not even the bank shutting down, the bank doing some faulty stuff, and taking our money before the internet goes down. That's what I see happening. So I see this is more of a secure situation. It is in a blockchain. The banks have nothing to do with it. It is your own personal bank. You have your hash, which is your account. Each transaction has a hash, so it's like super secure. You have to go through steps to even send money or even get into an account. So I really can't see anyone getting into my account because they make it so difficult. But put it this way, if you forget your password, you're going to have a problem. You're going to
don't say that, John.
Your password.
Oh, Lord. Man, John, don't say that. Oh, John, now you tell me that? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Down, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. If you got to go through, it's pretty difficult. But, I just want to make that.
We got another caller in queue too, John, just so you know. And Brother Sherman, we have another caller. Let's go to this caller out of New York, because one thing I don't like to keep our callers waiting. They're out of Pennsylvania. Caller out of the area code 717. You're on Thando Radio Show with Brother Sherman and Brother Black talking about Bitcoin and this new format that they have. If you have a question or comment that you would like to be made known, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hey, how you doing, Dave? This is Anthony from Pennsylvania.
Hey, what's up, Brother Anthony?
All right. Hey, well, the question I have, okay, like the money you put into Bitcoin and you accumulate, I guess what you might call interest. I guess that's what you're calling it. Can you leave that money and then that compounds the interest? Is that how that works, or you just getting the interest on the principal that you started out with?
Yes.
That's a very, very good question. Go ahead, RJ.
Definitely, you can compound that every single day if you want, because it's in your position to actually put it on top of your initial investment. So say you started off with one Bitcoin and the next day you made, say $100, you could take that $100 and then the following day you'll be earning on $1,100 or one Bitcoin on top of $100. So absolutely, you can do that and, increase your bottom line faster, quicker. And it's profits and loss versus interest because it's based off of the gains of the market versus an interest rate.
Okay. So now, and it's my understanding you don't have to buy one whole Bitcoin. Is that what I'm hearing?
RJ, what you add the question?
You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can go purchase $100. You can buy $50. You can buy $10. I mean, it's digital currency, so it's like buying a piece of something and a piece of a coin. that can increase in value. So, for example, I went to my workshop for our trust and foundation earlier this year, and my mentor's mentor handed me this sheet of paper that looks like gold. Well, it happens to be a 1/10 of a gram of gold. And it has certification on there. It has a Liberty on there, front and back, so certificate of authenticity. So, for example, instead of me having 1 ounce of gold, and let's say we turned into a bartering system, that first of all, that ounce of gold will go up in value. Second of all, I would have to either give that ounce of gold and not get the same value, or spend that much. Well, with this sheet of gold that he showed me, it's a 1/10 of a gram. So I can transact with this. So this 1/10 of a gram of gold is similar to a piece of Bitcoin. And as the value goes up, so is this 1/10 of a gram. So, yes, you can buy a piece of Bitcoin.
And just so you know, that's Archam Gold that John is a gold currency. I actually gave some out to some of our clients. And Brother Bragg is one of the individuals that I sent that to. That's what he's talking about, Brother Bragg, who's sitting there, who's listening. That's what John was talking about. Yes, so true. So yes, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, Anthony. And great questions. We got a couple of more callers. Did you have any other questions or comments, Anthony?
Well, just one more now. Since you brought up that particular piece of gold thing, now I seen something online. Is that like that sheet type of a thing? It's supposed to be 1/10 of a gram or something like that?
Yep. That's exactly it. That's it, Anthony.
But it's funny you brought that up, because I was going to email you or something with a question about what do you think about that particular app.
Oh, we sell that at Prosperity Mint as well.
Well, I didn't know, because I just happened to see it on TV, and I said, well, I've never seen nothing like that. And I was really skeptical about it at first, So, but now that I'm hearing you talk about it, well, then that helps me out. So, okay, well, thank you much, y'all, man, for your answers, and I'm good. So,
much respect, Anthony. Always thank you for all the information you send us, man. I get some great information. People are always on the lookout. My man Jambone, who's on. Anthony sends stuff, Brother Bragg, Roz, just so much stuff, and I really, really do appreciate all of our listeners. Strategic Melanin, definitely appreciate Jerry, everything. Just great people. We got another caller in queue. Once we get callers going, I have to continue with the show that way. We're not going to break it, and we'll just catch up on some of the very important stuff. We got my man Jambone is out of Texas, and let me tell you all something. Jambone, you're going to be hearing some of his music. This brother, as Roz already knows, this brother has put some real music together. But this is my man, Jambone. Tony, you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, Jambone. What is your question and comment? Yes, sir. Go ahead. What's your question and comment for our guest?
Okay, I got a quick comment and a quick question. My comment is, I know this Bitcoin is pushing to is going to be one world's currency, and me and a couple of my colleagues, we've been looking every kind of way as a possibility if it could ever be hacked. And so far, I have found there's no way for it to be hacked. And like the brother was saying about having like your own bank, yeah, that is your own bank. And I even looked into ways of counterfeiting Bitcoin, and so far I haven't found a way to counterfeit Bitcoin. But my question is, how do you have a website, and is there anything such as that we can manipulate this as like a game? Because I got a lot of elders that possibly can jump on this. While I'm at work through the day, I can have maybe 8 or 9 or 10 elders can possibly play this thing to probably win situations.
Well, there's no game, but unless you call it that. I mean, when I look at my account and I see it going up in value, that's a real game to me. That's just me. So with the, you couldn't put the game around it, but what I do know is like my grandmother, my grandfather, they go travel, they go to casinos and they gamble and they do all this stuff. Well, they want to grow their money. They can grow their money with this. This is better than that because this is like putting money in a slot machine and watching it grow. Now, all they need to do to play the game is go to their website once a week and put it on high risk and watch the wheel spin, and we'll call it a game.
Right. Or bring a bunch of friends to the platform, and we all have fun.
Yeah. So, Jambone, what you
exactly?
Oh, go ahead.
How many people we can get
RJ,
to sign up? That's the game. Would be how many people can we help sign up and get free and get passive with this digital currency movement? How many people could get in low and be able to sell high? That's the game. Turn that game into the game, right?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
and that's what Jambone meant. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Jam.
Oh, I would say that's exactly what I'm looking at. Something where you could turn into a game where that it would catch people's attention. You know, everybody want to make some money, and I know a lot of elders, you know, especially if they're disabled, wouldn't mind having like something on the side to do that. But it got to be something simplified enough they can get on their mobile device where they can have understanding and be able to do it. And that's what I'm looking for.
Let me tell you how easy it is, Jambone. I'm not joking. Let me tell you how easy it is. All the person has to be able to see is what risk level they want. Low risk, medium risk, or high risk. And then all they have to do is put the one in and hit the prompt for that, and then they'll see some wheels turning, and that's it. That is it.
Wow.
So this is very, very easy. And Brother Sherman, what you explained in that overall format and those algorithms, how all of the digital currencies that are being traded on, it's not just Bitcoin.
Oh, absolutely. We're licensed to trade the top. We're licensed to trade all the digital currencies. There's over 700 digital currencies on the market today in several different platforms. And our software is the only one that trades the top 10. So you're not just, putting all your eggs in one basket, per se, So you're in the industry, and you'll see a lot of gains coming from the different top 10 digital currencies because they're rallying up right now. A lot of stuff going on in the space,
Yes. And how I would explain it is that on the format, what happens is you just put your risk level in, and then it will trade the top 10 digital cryptocurrencies, that being Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and I don't even know the rest of the ones that are there. Those are the ones that I know is like 4 or 5 other ones that I'm not aware of. So you're actively engaging Ripple, in all
Litecoin.
of those. Yes.
Absolutely. You got
Litecoin.
Your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Ripple, your Litecoin, your Dash. They have Ethereum Classic, Steam. These are just the top ones. And people can go to a site called CoinMarketCap, and that's just a basic site that shows all the different digital currencies there and the market cap and the Bitcoin dominance against all the different currencies.
Okay, hey, one second. We got to get ready. One second, Brother Sherman. We got to get ready to go to a commercial break, our last commercial break. Listen, if you'd like to get in on the conversation, give us a call. Call 866-510-9025, 866-510-9025. You're listening to Thando Radio Show, brought to you by Black Talk Radio. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
The Black Talk Radio Network is made possible in part with help from the Black Talk Media Project. a North Carolina-based nonprofit engaged in the production and distribution of independent digital black media. Find out more by going to blacktalkradionetwork.com or blacktalkmediaproject.org and look for the menu tab, Crowdfunding Black Media. Media Project, helping to provide you with new black media for the new millennium. You are tuned in to Black Talk Radio, new black media for the new millennium.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to Thando Radio Show, brought to you by Black Talk Radio Network. I'm your host, Dave from L.A. And if you'd like to get in on the conversation, give us a call, 866-510-9025, 866-510-9025. We'll see you in queue. Hit star, see you in queue. We'll bring you up. We're going to get back to our brother Tony was asking some questions. Nope, I guess Tony dropped off. So, okay, so we'll get back to John Black and Brother Sherman talking about the platform that they have that actually trades the digital currency, and the reason why I brought this to your attention, because this is a very easy way to increase your overall add another stream of revenue for yourself and your family that you can use to prepare, that you can use to service debt, that you can use to acquire real money, physical, the physical gold and silver. So many things that you can do with that. And so that's what this is all for. I would just say that make sure that you don't use this to create any more debt, and make sure that you have a plan for it and use it, to your advantage and just to do that, because that's what this is really, really all about, because of where we're going. And we're going to get to that. Probably we won't be able to get into that until Thursday, but I want you all to read the article that we posted inside the Thando Radio Show about J.P. Morgan telling banks to partner up as U.S. deposit drain looms. And what that really means, that basically means, ladies and gentlemen, that there is going to be a major banking incident that is going to be happening that you need to be prepared for and to position yourself and your family accordingly to that. So we're going to get back to our guests. I don't want to hold them the whole time. So I just want to thank them and just talk about how you can all get into it. And John and I have a little offer for you all. We're going to talk about that now. So I just want to say, RJ, and is there anything else that you would want to express before we get ready to get out of here about why this is so important? Owning Bitcoin and the digital currencies is something that everyone should be doing, because the antiquated use of the dollar is definitely diminishing. But just, from your own point of view, why is this so important?
Well, definitely the dollar is taking its toll, and one of my partners was just telling me yesterday, he said he was in Europe, and he went to a store to get some drink, and all of a sudden he pulled out $5, and then the guy goes, "What are you going to do with this?" "You know what we do with this around here? We put it on the board, and they start throwing darts at it." He says every dollar is worth like 60 cents. So I'm like, wow. And the light bulb came on for him, and he's like, I said, look, if you have $1 in your pocket and it goes up on the market, your dollar is still worth $1. You have some Bitcoin, right, some precious metal, some gold, it goes up, and you have some gold in your pocket and it goes up, guess what? You just made a profit. So this is the only instrument that we have that we can't gain is the fiat, the fiat dollar. So we need to start diversifying our income into vehicles that's going to, raise in value, and it's an asset. So we want to definitely get into Bitcoin and start trading with our platform, because then you could do whatever else you want to do in life. But this is definitely the best passive income system that I've seen in the last 10 years that I've been in the industry. This is definitely the get yourself some Bitcoin. Get your Bitcoin game up. You heard it first with your boy King Jamil Sherman. Appreciate you guys.
I love Brother Sherman. All right, definitely. Now, how you can do this is that you can actually go to www.cryptocurrency.com. That is my platform.
No, that's incorrect.
John is going to tell me. That's so true.
.com.
Yes. Let me tell you something. John is always on point. And exactly. Let me shut up, John. John, would you tell everybody what I have set up and so that I don't make this mistake? Go ahead, John.
I'm just trying to help you out. So,
exactly.
The main thing is like you said, www.ourcryptocurrency.com. That's an enrollment page for you to enroll. It costs nothing to do that. That just basically gets you in queue, gets you in the system. If you want to move forward and buy a package to get started with that, that's when you move forward. We do have individuals in our network that have Bitcoin. So if someone wanted to purchase in Bitcoin, we can get you to them. You would basically make a deposit in their account, and they'll send you the Bitcoin or whatever you want to purchase. There is a small fee for that, around 5 or 6% for that. You can order Bitcoin on some of the platforms online. I would suggest not to use Coinbase, which I was told not to use that. So you want to either use, and Coinbase lets you buy the Bitcoin, but it will take about a week to get it. I mean, 10 days to get it. So it takes a while because it goes back to that question earlier where that person was asking, do we mine it? No, we do not, but other people do, and then they sell it. So it takes time to get that coin unless you know someone who has coins. And if you know someone who has coins, you can get your coin today. And there's also ATM machines. No, let me ask this question. RJ, have you, Ronald Sherman, King Sherman, Bitcoin King. On the ATMs, do you get your Bitcoin immediately, or do you have to wait that time frame as well?
Great question. On the Bitcoin ATMs, it takes literally about 5 minutes to have the Bitcoin in your wallet. So that's pretty cool. They charge you anywhere from 20 to 25% on top of the Bitcoin price to even acquire that for the speed. So you can load up as much as you want in there, depending on that particular ATM. They'll tell you, but you could just search in your zip code what's the closest Bitcoin ATM machine, and then that's another way you could go ahead and get involved into funding your wallet with the Bitcoin. And literally, it takes a couple minutes just to show up in your wallet.
Yes, and John was absolutely right with that one platform or Coinbase. It's going to take about a week or two for you to have that you pay for it, and it's going to take about a week or two for you to get it. I know because that's how I purchased my Bitcoin. And so what I did when I actually engaged in them, I transferred my Bitcoins from there to this system here, and it is working for me as we speak while I'm on air and everything else. I don't have to worry about it. I didn't even, because I got so many other things to do. And so it's just going to continue to look at where it's going. If it goes down, I don't care. I've already watched Bitcoin for a while. This is something that you should own. It's not something that you can control. It's something that you can own. So very much. So, John, what are we going to do? I know I said that for everyone that's now, let me just tell you, when you do go to ourcryptocurrency.com, right, John? Ourcryptocurrency.com. This is what you're going to also want to do. Once you become a member, you're going to set up yours. You're going to send your people, your friends, and your family to sign up there because it's a network thing, and there's incentives for you to do that. That is under me, David Wren. You'll see D Wren 86 as the sponsor. So that's how you know you're at the right place. Just so you all know. And then so we'll just grow it from there. Now, one of the things that we're going to do for the first 30 days, someone that signs up under us from me there is going to get, I'm going to send them, it's going to be, we're all going to know who it is because all the people that was going to be there, we're going to know who we're going to come together, and then I'm going to put in there, someone is going to get an American Silver Eagle. And so that's what I'm going to do as an appreciation just for you, because this is some of the collective prudence that we have to be engaged in. So that's what I'm going to do. So ourcryptocurrency.com, and it's spelled www.ourcurrency.com. And then you'll see that it is show there, and you'll see in the sponsor site, it will say DREN86. So, John, brother, what do we need to end with? Is because I know we got Brother Davis. He's got to talk about the show. What else are we doing?
Well, on top of that, because you're giving away the coin, we're also giving away a special offer for the first 30 days. On top of the coin, the winner's going to get either or. They're going to get $300 worth of dinner or lunch vouchers for restaurants in their area, or they're going to get 3 nights hotel stay at any location. Well, not any location, but selected locations, which they have, of course, Vegas. They have Miami. They have Lake Tahoe. They have San Francisco, Salt Lake City, Hollywood. Let's see what's on this list here. I thought we had some out of the country ones. We got Columbia, Myrtle Beach, so New York. So the winner will also get one or the other in regards to this 30-day promotion that you're offering.
Yes. So, and then what we're going to do is that we're all going to come together on June the 9th, and we're going to pick out the one person. The one person is going to win the gold. I mean the silver American Eagle, and then we'll give a one to a person. What John has. So very, very easy. I'm going to post it. I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna post it inside of Thando Radio Show link there. But if you need it, you want it, just text me at 951-790-8330, or go to info@prosperitymint.com. Brothers, the Bitcoin King, thank you for coming on with us today, Brother Sherman. Looking forward to hanging out with you and John the next time I'm back home. Man, I miss California in so many different ways. So I'll see you guys. But Northern California, a little cold for me, brothers, but I'll see you pretty soon. John, we'll be seeing you relatively soon, and always appreciate you, King, Bitcoin King. Looking forward to extending our relationship. Much love, much respect. Thank you all for spending your time with us here. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace. All right. Thank you, brothers. All right, brothers and sisters. We got Brother Davis is there. Brother Davis, if you would unmute yourself, and we're going to be for tomorrow, Wise Wednesday. Would love to hear what's going on there. If you could, Brother Davis. Let me see, make sure I don't step on Brother Davis. Oh, I may have. Oh, no, I didn't. I think Brother Davis dropped off. So, listen, everyone, what we're going to do, Oh, there we go. Hey, Brother Davis, always good to hear the voice of a friend and the brother.
Absolutely, my brother, absolutely. This has been a joyous week at my house and in my family. We've been doing some things that are moving us forward in reference to our plans for preparation. I also wanted to give some shout-out to a few people who literally opened the door for our knowledge to be expanded. I want to holler out to AJ and Keisha, who literally opened the door for us to bring bees and honey harvesting into the realm of our family farm. And
beautiful. I saw it. Beautiful, Brother Davis.
Excellent. We just actually purchased about, for those people who understand the lingo, 5 square meters of, should I say, organic soil, which is literally close to a half a ton. So it's been quite a week, and we put the planting boxes in, and things are moving right along. I've really been working on the topic for tomorrow night's show because I wanted to focus on the preparation process, keeping your mind on the focus of what you're trying to do, and then I started listening to your show and got caught up in this Bitcoin thing. So basically, my show tomorrow night is going to be dealing with the foundation of preparing, as well as inventory check. Make sure what you got. Make sure you're on time. Make sure that you're hitting your timelines, because at this stage of the game now, everything is important and everything is critical. Anytime you got a president that fires a person of the highest law office in the land, when I say law office, I mean police departments or FBI in this case. You see what I'm saying? There's a little bit of disruption going on there. So literally, we're in a volatile time. Let's just focus on what we're trying to achieve individually and move forward. And I'm going to tell you something. Nothing is out of the realm of possibility. So looking forward to tomorrow night's show, Brother David. And thanks a lot. I appreciate you, brothers and sisters, giving me your time.
No, hey, Brother Davis, I saw I don't know if you saw my comment. I said, now that's money. And that I was so happy to see the harvesting of the bees and everything else. It's multifaceted. And Brother Davis is going to talk about the importance of having beehives. Not only are you getting the honey, there's so much more that you're getting in there. The overall intrinsical value that bees bring to you, that the great Creator has given them as way as talents, is unmeasurable and priceless. So thank you, Brother Davis, for you and Sister Davis and the whole Davis family doing what you're doing and setting the example for us to all follow. You may not be able to do exactly what everyone is doing, but you can follow the energy and the discipline and the commitment that those that are doing it. That's the path. There is no leaders. It's something that you need to decide to do your own free will. So much love, much respect. Love seeing that, Brother Dave. And, I'm never on Facebook anymore.
Hey, Brother Dave, I want to add one thing. We're working on a program in which we could bring to people the foundation tools that they would need to be able to start a backyard garden, starting with constructing a plant box, checking the quality of your earth, making sure that the seeds that you have are befitting for the season that you're in, as well as having seeds that will carry you through multiple harvests. So you may live in an area that has 2 harvests. Well, during that time, and the first harvest is 1 kind of vegetable you can grow, or 2 or 3, and then the next harvest there may be 1 or 2 or 3 other kind of vegetables you can grow. So we want to help educate people to understand that when you take power over your life, you take power over your health, you take power over your family, and you take power over your wealth. So that'll be in the future, brother.
Man, I'm looking forward to that. So we're definitely going to do that. So much love, much respect. Tomorrow, Wise Wednesday. Can't miss it. Can't wait. Okay, everyone. Today's show, we talked about the cryptocurrency. Remember, we always said you can't control the cryptocurrency. You can only own it. What you can control is the precious metals. But this is another way that you can increase your overall revenue stream, cash flow. One thing about currency is this: currency that doesn't move becomes stagnant. You have to be moving with it. That's why it's currency. Much love, much respect. There's never goodbyes. Always will see you later. I posted inside of BTR community on the Thando Radio Show page the link for registration for the Bitcoin. And we'll talk to you all soon. Tomorrow, got Great Creator willing. And Brother Bragg, if you would chime us out. Oh, I hope I didn't drop. Okay, I didn't drop. Brother Bragg, if you would chime us out, would greatly appreciate it.
Peace. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yes, sir. Got you, Brother Bragg.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Here we go. Peace.
Peace.
Gold dinar would have had serious consequences for the world financial system, but may also have empowered the people of Africa, something black activists want to avoid at all costs.
We're slicing cake. We're slicing cake. slicing.
Gaddafi didn't give up.